Hey guys, thanks for checking out the My Career Path podcast. Today I have two very special guests, Audrey and Jordan from AllAroundAudrey and JustJordan33. So it was just awesome to talk with them about their YouTube journey, about how they kind of got into it, how they started to actually pick up momentum, stick with the trends. So if anyone's interested in starting a YouTube channel or possibly doing that on the side, highly recommend you check this out and hope you guys take away some good tips and insights for maybe starting your own channel. So let's get into it. All right, everybody, welcome to the My Career Path podcast. I'm super excited today. I have two very special guests, Jordan and Audrey. Jordan, Audrey, how are you guys doing?
Hi, so good. How are you?
Good. Good. Well, I'm excited to have you on. You guys are famous YouTubers, believe it or not.
Oh, man. We're excited to be here. Thanks for asking us to do this.
Yeah, of course. So I'm excited to hear about your guys' journey. What are your guys' channels, by the way?
So we have quite a lot of channels. Our entire family does this, but my channel is called JustJordan33. Mine's AllAroundAudrey, and then our whole family's channel is That YouTube Family.
That YouTube Family. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm excited to talk with you guys. Just kind of give a little background about yourselves, anything you'd like to share, kind of how you guys got into YouTube and doing that.
Well, 10 years ago, when we were in middle school. So I was about 14, 15. I was like 12. Yeah, that's crazy. 12 years old. So
time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. It really does. Yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. But so we were in middle school, and at that time we didn't even really know what YouTube was.
Yeah, it's so funny. We were not allowed any social media growing up. Like, we did not know what YouTube was. We didn't know Instagram or like any of the things. We didn't watch any content at all.
Yeah, and then I had a friend at school who had a YouTube channel, so I would just like help her behind the scenes whenever we hung out, whatever she needed me to help her with, like coming up with video ideas or just being in her videos, I would do that. And then one day I was like, it'd be fun if we started one. Yeah. And we, like, again, never saw a YouTube video in our life besides my friends. Yeah. We didn't know, like, what it was like to make a video, but we were just doing it for fun because that's how we would hang out. Mm-hmm. And growing up, we would always make, like, little skits and family home videos. Yeah. So, yeah, we started doing that, and we would spend, like, our whole weekend just making one video. It would take ages. We didn't know what we were doing, and our mom it was so fun because our mom's like, we are not making our whole life about this. We're spending all of our time doing YouTube.
And now you guys have a YouTube channel and everything.
Foreshadowing.
And now our whole life is about this.
Our whole life is about this. Yeah, we didn't even know you could, like, make a living off of YouTube. We were just hanging out.
We were just doing it for fun. We had no, like, plans to go viral or make it, a career or anything. It was just for fun.
Yeah. And then a year into it, we actually moved from Florida to Utah, and my mom started doing more research, and she's like, I think, like, this could be a thing.
Like, you can make money off of it. And
yeah.
We're like, what?
We're like, really? And so she kind of brought our whole family on board. That's where our family channel came to be. Our brothers have a channel. Our dogs now have a channel.
Of course they do.
And she honestly did most of the research. She got into the analytics and, like, found what trends were going on, and it's been so fun. It's been such a journey.
Yeah. And it's just grown from there. We got a viral slime video, and that's kind of where it took off. That's like
that is what I heard in talking with, my mom is the one that connected us. She was like, yeah, they got popular, like, doing slime, and I'm like, all right. Like, that's awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So what are you guys currently doing right now? I know you're still working on YouTube channel. Anything else in life, like college or anything like that?
So Jordan's getting ready to head off to college. This is exciting. Yep.
Nice.
January.
Yeah.
Congrats. That's exciting.
And I just graduated from college last year from BYU.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. What'd you graduate in?
In psychology.
Psychology. That's what my wife's degree is. She loves it.
There's a lot of different things in it, so it was cool.
Yeah, she's still trying to figure out why she married me, but we're working our way through it.
Analyzing it,
Yeah, exactly. I have had my personality analyzed at least 3 times, so
Oh man, well now you know what personality type you are. So that's
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've taken the test probably 6 times, and I think I get a different result every time, but it works out.
Oh boy.
All right, and what about Oh my goodness, I'm blanking. What about you, No, Jordan. Jordan. I'm gonna mix up names, but Jordan, what are you thinking about studying in college?
I still am not fully sure. I kind of am the personality type that I want to do everything, so I have a lot of interests and a lot of things that I want to explore. So right now I'm just gonna go into it doing generals, and we'll figure it out from there. But yeah.
Awesome. Hey, so many people are in that same boat, and that's where I really love talking with people about their careers, kind of what's really worked for them, to help give students and graduating students kind of an idea. So that's awesome. So let's kind of talk about other careers or jobs that you guys have maybe held. I know you're still kind of figuring everything out, as am I. But what other jobs have you guys held that maybe you liked or didn't like?
So that's the funny thing is we've only done YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Babysitting counts. It's only been YouTube.
Yeah.
Only been you two. Well, that's cool. Well, what do you think was the biggest factor to basically creating a YouTube channel and then sticking with it? Because I think a lot of people look at it and go, I think that's something I can do. But then after so long, and right at the start, you don't really have anyone. You don't have an audience. You don't have anyone kind of checking in. So what kind of led you to keep going?
Yeah, you definitely have to be in it for the long haul. That's for sure. I think unless you're like one of those super rare cases that you get a crazy like viral and all of a sudden you're huge online, it usually takes years before your videos get seen. And that was the case for us. It took like a year of consistently posting before like our slime video got seen. And so I think the thing that kept us going the most is just that we genuinely enjoyed it. Like we were not going into it for fame or for anything other than we just liked making videos and being silly. So I think that was our main motivator.
And I like how you said consistency, because that is really like the main thing is you need to have a schedule.
Yeah.
I think for some people it works to post every so often, but the more videos you can get out on a consistent basis, the more likely you are to get seen. So.
Yeah, well, and that's something that in reading and talking with other people is they talk about the idea of luck. And I think it happens a lot with YouTube and kind of anything social media if something were to blow up. But if you to get lucky once, you might not really get anything from it. But if you're consistent and you're able to kind of capitalize on it, then you can really turn that into something. When that happens, when you do have that chance, it could really take off for you.
Yeah. Exactly. And I feel like YouTube is kind of like a roller coaster. That's like the analogy I think of it. Where like you probably start down here and then like you have a video that takes off and then it could dip back down. It goes in waves. So you just gotta ride it through all the waves. Yeah. Don't be discouraged by your low points.
Yeah.
Don't be discouraged by your low points. That's a great point. What do you think has been or who do you think has been the biggest help for you guys to kind of make it big on YouTube in a way?
I think definitely our mom.
Yeah, our mom has done so much for just like she researched so much and put in a lot of work of like the behind the scenes. There's a lot of behind the scenes to YouTube that most people don't realize of like the editing and the studying analytics and trends and those sort of things. And yeah, she did most of that while we were like in school and we were just being kids, like we just wanted to be goofy and
we just wanted to be fun on camera and
yeah, so we did like the fun part and she did a lot of the hard work of behind the scenes. So.
Yeah, our parents were definitely our biggest support system. Because in high school, we were in school most of the day. Then we would come home and we did our homework, and then we'd get time to film, and then it was time to go to bed. Yeah. So there was no way for us to like do all that without like
someone else helping.
Yeah, and so she really did a lot for us. Yeah, it still does.
Yeah,
still does.
It still does. I'm sure. Let's talk about a little bit of the learning curve, because starting out, you really don't know a lot. You guys, I assume, haven't taken any like YouTube classes or anything like that. You kind of just figured it out on the way. So what was that kind of like?
Yeah, I think they actually do have like YouTube creator classes now. Like
now they do. When we started, no,
they did not. Yeah, it's changed so much.
When we started, it's funny. You can watch like our very first videos, like
so awkward.
Oh my goodness! From 10 years ago, we were so awkward on camera, and
we still have it up there.
Yeah, we were so camera shy and fidgety and nervous, and so it honestly takes like a year or so.
It takes a lot of practicing.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I feel like now, like we can hold a pretty solid 20-minute conversation by ourselves.
Yeah.
Just talking to a camera and
Yeah, just by yourself.
I think that's the learning curve, is just practicing holding a conversation with only you talking.
Like, it's so much easier having another person to bounce off of, but the real test comes in when you're like by yourself. And so just doing that over and over and again and just posting videos. I think the thing is to not like get hung up on it being a perfect video. Because that's like, there's never like a perfect video, but you will get more towards that as you keep going.
Yeah. It definitely just kind of hones itself over time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about kind of the day-to-day maintenance of your channel, because I'm sure there's a lot that goes into it. I watched your guys' scheduling video when you switched schedules, and so I saw kind of how everything was detailed, but I think there's a lot of behind-the-scenes things that some people just don't see with a lot of these YouTube channels.
Yeah, for sure. So, where to even begin?
First of all, we have planning parties for like video ideas. And so I have 3 channels. One I live stream every week on, and then one is with my husband, and then the other is just my channel. And so I post 12 times a month total, and then I live stream 4 times. So I usually at the beginning of the month write down like a list of all the videos I want to film. And I usually like look up like major holidays, like that's how I get my inspiration, is like what holidays is going to be that month, what trends are happening right now, what videos do I just personally want to film that I think would be fun, or what do other people want to see me film. So I come up with a big old list, and then if there's other people in that video, I need to make sure that their schedules align with mine on like what days I need to film them, so I schedule that out too. Then comes the part of buying everything for the video. The setup. You need to like figure out where you're gonna film it, who's gonna be in it, what things you need to buy, like whether you need to go to the grocery store or something online.
Yeah, get the camera situated, all the things.
Exactly. Then you get to film it. The fun part finally happens.
Filming is so fun.
Filming is the best part.
Okay, good.
Yep. And then you need to edit it. And in the beginning, we both edited our own videos for I think like the first couple of years.
Yeah, the first.
What did you guys use to edit? What software?
Oh, what was our movie? No.
iMovie or something like that?
Yeah, we used just like the basic one that was on our computer, but then after it gained traction a bit and was more successful, we invested in Movie Studio Platinum 14.
It was Sony.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But now we have editors that edit our videos because it just helps with time.
So time consuming.
And after a while editing, your brain just goes slushy. Like, I can't sit through a whole video editing. Like, I think it'd be more fun if it was someone, like, I wasn't there for the video, so I didn't know what was going to happen. Yeah. But mine, like, I already know the whole plot. Like, it's like I've already seen.
Yeah. Doing all the little cuts, all the little animations, everything. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Big props to editors because, oh my goodness, like, their endurance, it does get tiring. Yeah. So yeah, luckily we do have editors now. Jordan edits her own videos though right now.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. We have to proof that video and make any changes, like write any notes back, whether it needs changes or not. If it's good, we can just upload it or schedule it to be uploaded. You have to do everything with like uploading title, a description box, tags, keywords, making a thumbnail, so you have to go into Photoshop, do all that. Then you can finally post it, and then we try our best to like respond to comments and post about our video being live.
On like TikTok or Instagram, like cross-promote it and stuff.
Yeah. And then the video's born.
And the video's born. So how much time do you think happens from when the idea is conceived up until when it's posted and live and done? How many hours do you think for a video? For like a 15-minute video?
Oh, that is
15-minute video?
I was gonna say for editing, it like I can go fastest 3 hours for 15-minute video.
And so I'd say a 15-minute video is probably like 30-minute of raw footage at least.
Yeah. So, but plus planning and setup
I never have kept track of how much that takes me. I think it takes me about like 2-ish hours to come up with video ideas.
Okay.
And then setup. I usually like try to like shop for everything at the same time. So I'd say that's probably another hour or two, and it's a good chunk.
how much would you say, like 5 or 6 hours per video?
Probably.
5 to 6 hours per video for 15 minutes. 5 to 6 hours. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's kind of
Wow. Yeah, because I think a lot of people, and I was definitely one of them until I started doing a YouTube channel of my own and I started editing and everything else. I'm like, oh, there's a lot that kind of comes with it. And I think they think, oh, it's just easy. You just set up a camera, you film, and then you're done. 15 minutes, you're done. It gets 1,000, however many views, and then you move on. But there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yeah.
I wish it was like that.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
So how about coming up with new ideas? This was a question I had to ask Maria Eckersley because she's also very creative and she does a lot of her own videos and products and whatnot. How many video ideas do you think you guys toss out a month, let's say? Or or is every idea just a brilliant, video that's going to happen? And yeah, exactly.
So, like I said, I come up with like 12 ideas. Well, I need 12 is the amount of ideas that I need, but I do run through a lot more in my head.
Yeah.
But I never like write down the ones that I'm not gonna do. Like I
don't write them down. I just am like, eh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and like sometimes the video idea even changes when you go to film it. It might go in a direction you don't expect to. So you just kind of have to be lenient and like fluid with like how the idea forms. But yeah, like I said, we get them from like comments of what people want to see, trends that are going on right now, different ways we can like take a challenge and like give it a little twist, make it our own.
Yeah.
Or honestly, we like think of something like a present,
like a random object,
a tree, or
make
a
game.
And then we're like, okay, what could we do with that? And we come up with like 5 ideas. Like, okay, what could you do with a present? And like,
gift swap challenge.
Exactly.
Or worst present challenge. Or
and then we'll pick the best one from that list and chuck the rest.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll save up another idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just think seeing into the creative process is always really interesting because it's something that I never really had a whole lot of. Like I was never good at art. I was, bottom of my class. My Santa had his eyes on the same side of his face. It's just like, and so it's just interesting to me because people are so unique and they're able to think of these awesome challenges or ideas and things like that. And just seeing that process, I think, is just really cool.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I feel like the videos we put a lot of work in, most of the time don't do that well. And then the videos that we like film on a whim, like we did like a coin hole challenge once.
Oh my.
It's like cornhole but like with coins.
Uh-huh.
And that went viral. And that was just like we just like randomly like, oh, let's just play this and film it. And then it did so well. And I was like,
never know.
You don't know.
You never know.
Yeah. Well, what about some of your most popular videos? 'Cause I think a lot of them on looking between your two channels were like slime and whatnot. What was a video that like really surprised you that went viral besides like the coin hole? What other ones?
Surprisingly went viral.
Actually, I think it was my 25 different types of back to school students. Oh my goodness. So that's a funny story because we filmed that on the way to the airport. And so we were already stressed in time.
Time crunch.
Yeah, we're in a time crunch.
We filmed it at USU. And we just found like a random empty classroom that we could film in. And I had like a list of like 25 different types of students. And we like try to shoot through it as fast as we can to make it to the airport in time, which was like 2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
And so that video, we're like, oh man, I don't know how that's gonna go because it was so rushed. But it ended up being pretty funny and it went viral. So
it works out.
Awesome.
What about you, Jordan?
I don't know. I can't think of a specific one off the top of my head. There were a lot that I was like, whoa, I can't believe people like want to watch these things. Like, I think there's one we made slime babies. Like it was like a balloon full of slime and we took care of them like babies. But like people loved it, and I was so surprised. Like I thought it was funny, but I was so surprised that so many other people. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be something that's really interesting and something that I'm seeing with my show as well is just like, oh, there's other people out there that are very similar to me, like they have similar ideas, similar senses of humor, and kind of bringing everyone together in that kind of a community, I think is a really cool thing and really I don't know, really fulfilling, I guess.
It really is.
It
yeah.
is.
What would you guys say is probably the most difficult part of maintaining and having a YouTube channel like that?
This question is hard to answer because I feel like it changes depending on
Your phase in YouTube.
yeah, what part
Okay.
of your YouTube journey you're in. Like, I feel like for us personally, when we very first started, the hardest was like hate comments. We would get lots, and we obviously weren't exposed to that before making videos, and so that was really crazy.
Well, we got like every hate comment that you can ever think of.
Yeah.
Right.
And like death threats and like crazy stuff, just like
Sheesh.
People
Yeah.
can just hide behind a screen and
Yeah.
say anything, but they would never have like the guts to tell you that in person. So
Mhm.
like reading that at first was kind of
It's
hard.
hard.
But then you learn to like, you develop that tough skin and you learn that like they don't really know who you are. And I
Right.
love like the quote you always say, like, if it's someone you wouldn't take advice from, why would you take criticism from them? And so
That's
and
a really
we
good quote.
also are lucky to have like filters on YouTube now where we can just type all those words in and we never have to see it again. Like if someone puts that comment in there, we don't see it.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah, so I'd say when we first started, that was the hardest. After it started to get really like a lot more successful, I think it was hard for us when we were in high school, just trying to balance
Time.
all of our time, because we were trying really hard to be straight A students and do extracurriculars, but also do like,
Were you both straight A students? You can tell me. I won't tell your mom.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Yeah. I'm trying to maintain like friendships and
Yeah, so the balance of just like trying to work-life balance was tricky in high school.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say for now?
now I'd say probably sometimes it's video ideas. Sometimes I feel like I can come up with a lot of things, like I feel really creative, and then other times I get in that route where I'm like, I've been on for 10 years. Like I feel like I've done everything at this point. What can I do now? So sometimes that's a little rough, but again, it comes in waves, like the struggles.
Oh,
So.
the hardest part for me right now in this phase of it is keeping up with trends, because it moves so fast now. Like it used to not move this fast, but trends go so fast now from like TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
And so it's so hard finding a balance between spending your time scrolling to try and find trends and like actually living in the present. Like it's so tricky finding that balance. So yeah.
Well, I also want to ask, like, what does your guys' backlog kind of look like? Because a lot of your stuff is very trendy, very with the times and whatnot. So do you guys have a lot of videos that are like, oh, I have 3 videos saved up just in case? Or is it like kind of we make it that week and it goes up very quickly?
So most of the time I like to say I'm pretty like planned ahead. So I do have videos like scheduled to go because I never know what's going to happen in life, like last minute things. And so I like to have that like comfort of like, okay, my video is like ready and I don't have to scramble. But sometimes there are those weeks where I'm like, oh no, this is the week I need to post and I have nothing.
Yeah.
So you get like a mix of both. But yeah, I do like to plan pretty far in advance. And what's funny is like some of our audience has caught on to that and they're like, wait, didn't you film this like in the middle of summer? And I was like,
whoops.
Yeah. So I'd say for YouTube, we usually stay a few months in advance, and then for like short
TikTok
form
and
content,
Instagram is like right in the moment.
Yeah, Instagram is literally take a picture, post it.
Huh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I was just wondering because it's just there's a lot more planning and background stuff that goes on that people just don't see. It's just like, oh yeah, they probably filmed it this week. It's like there's a lot that goes into content creation.
Yeah, we had to start like celebrating Christmas in October, and that was weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, Happy New Year, and it's still like 2023.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
awesome.
interesting.
What would you guys say is probably the most rewarding part about your job and your YouTube channels?
Oh, it's been such a blessing to us. There's so many parts that have been so rewarding. I'm so thankful that we have done YouTube and that we've gotten the opportunity to learn and grow from it. I'd say that is something that's been huge, is like personal development. I've changed so much, and I feel like I've grown a lot, and I'm a lot stronger now.
Yeah, I'd say also the community. The community has been amazing. It's been fun to meet people in person that watch our videos, like when we go to events or just like randomly
They're
on
the
the street.
best.
Yeah,
They're
they're
so
so
Yeah.
nice. We have the most supportive audience, so
Yeah.
that's been good.
And it's so fun getting to like look back and watch our old stuff. It's like a Good Luck Charlie moment. You get to see all of your memories growing up
Yeah.
and everything.
It's like a
That's
little
cool. You guys have like a blog that kind of goes through everything that kind of you guys growing up. That's awesome.
Yeah, we looked so different when we first began our channel, and our voices were so high pitched. Like we changed so
It's so
much.
funny. Yeah, there's so many rewarding parts, and I feel like it's also been such a big blessing to us since we started so young. I feel like it gave us kind of a jump start in life, and that has been like such a big blessing because we get to go to college and explore a lot of different things and take our time deciding what else we might want to pursue while still doing this. Like it's just opened up a lot of opportunities for us and given us a lot of chances to do cool stuff.
Like travel too, and all the places we've been to that we never probably would have gone to. If
it's been such a blessing.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. What would be your best advice for anyone looking to basically, create their own YouTube channel and turn that maybe into a career?
Consistency, number one.
Consistency, all right.
Number two, do what you love, because that really shows through your videos. If you're like filming something that you absolutely despise, like they're gonna
People
notice.
can tell, like,
yeah. But if you're just having fun, like we just have fun and be silly, and
we're just crazy.
I guess people like it, cause. But yeah, just find your passion, find your niche. There's a niche for everything now. Like even like a small little thing you think people wouldn't be interested in, I bet there's someone out there that would watch.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I don't
Well,
think
great.
you would need like, fancy equipment or anything. Like
Yeah, you
really
can film on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get started.
Yeah, and I think that's been so awesome, and that's what I've been doing. Like that's my webcam right now is my telephone or is my cell phone, and yeah, so it's just like the camera and technology that we have available. It's like I think just about anyone can get in, and I think you're right. As long as you're passionate and you are having fun and enjoy what you're doing, there are a lot more people like you than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
What stands out to you about the traits? What traits stand out to you about the people you work with? Whether it be your editors, your mom, or anything like that. What kind of stands out to you? What do you look for in people you work with?
I would say meeting other YouTubers. It's interesting, like how introverted we are.
Yeah. This is something that surprises most people.
Yeah, I would say more people that we've met have been introverts than extroverts that are creators.
Yeah.
Really?
The great majority that we've met are introverted.
Huh.
And kind of shy. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, you just notice how hardworking and creative, but also analytical everyone is too. Like, it takes like a creative side, but also like, analyzing the trends and like all the other behind the scenes work too. So.
Yeah. Very entrepreneurial as well. I'd say is something I've noticed is everyone has that mindset.
Yeah.
So people who are very determined, kind of self-motivated. That's kind of what stands out to you guys.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's awesome because you guys have learned that from a very young age, comparatively. I mean, honestly, because I think when I was growing up, I worked when I was 16 at Chick-fil-A, and then I've just kind of gone around to different jobs. That's right. My pleasure. Yeah, I got trained to say that all the time. Yeah. And so I had to kind of pick that up, and I got a lot from my parents as well. And I think that's something that's really important is to have those role models that teach you those kind of traits and those working qualities that people look for.
Yeah.
So kind of going forward, are you guys just going to keep doing YouTube until the end of time? I mean, is that kind of the plan or what?
I hope so. I don't have any plans to like stop. As long as people want to keep watching, we'll just keep making.
Yeah, we really like it. I think that's like like the end goal is to just do it as long as we possibly can, just because we genuinely enjoy it. We actually really love doing it. But we're trying to do like plan A, plan B. Like Audrey already graduated college. I'm gonna go to college. That way.
Always have a backup in case things don't work out. And also, like, we just believe education is important in general, so.
Yeah, it's so hard with content creation because it's not a super, I guess, secure job. Like, it can...
Yeah, it's there's a lot of variation, it's not as stable as maybe just like a normal 9 to 5.
Exactly, yeah. Yep. So the plan is to do it as long as we can, but if that's not God's plan, then that's okay. We need to go.
Well, that's awesome. Is there anything else that you guys wish you would have done differently on your channel or anything like that? Or has it just all been just learning experience and going for the ride?
I don't think I have any regrets or things I would change.
Yeah, I feel like we were super blessed when we first started, just like having great boundaries. I think our parents were really good at teaching us to keep a lot of things private and like protect like where
Online
we live
safety.
and
Mhm.
like we're open with our audience too, that we use like a stage last name and everything just for privacy reasons, and that it's smart to do that, like even if you're not looking to be a content creator, just being smart online and stuff.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have any regrets either. I feel like we've done really good with that, and also just like we've lived with our values and stuff. We've always been family friendly, and
Yeah.
That's good. Is there anything you wish you would have learned sooner?
I don't know. I feel like everything came at a time that we needed it to come.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
it's kind of similar answer, kind of boring. But
No, I totally get it. And that's honestly, when a lot of the interviews, when I ask people that, I don't know what I expect, because honestly, it's a lot of it. It's just like, well, it just kind of works out, you know, and life has a way of working out, whether it be God's hand or whether it be, it just has a way of working out, you know, as long as you're conscious, you're thoughtful, and you're nice, and you have a goal in mind. I think it just works out.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Well, perfect. Well, thanks guys so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. I've loved kind of seeing more into kind of the YouTube channel side, what it looks like for content creation. But before I let you go, I always ask people this, and I want to hear a story from both of you. What is probably the funniest thing that you guys have experienced on YouTube, whether it be in a video or whether it be a mistake or something that happened that is just, you look back and you just kind of laugh at yourself?
Okay.
And we'll start with you, Audrey.
We have lots of stories.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
We have never told this before either.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so one of mine that comes like right off the bat to me is like sometimes you just meet people in the most randomest places. Random
Randomist.
places. One time we were, I don't even know, we were like at a hotel, and I was in like the public bathroom, and I was washing my hands, and then like someone that watches us came out of the stall and was like, we literally have like a little
Jaw to the floor.
Yeah. Like I did not expect to like see someone that would know me there, but yeah, just in the bathroom. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's probably the weirdest place I've ever met someone.
Yeah. I'd say my funny story, this was quite a few years ago. We received a fan mail package, which we're so grateful for all the fan mail we've gotten. Like, everyone has been so sweet. This one was just super funny because we were opening it and it was like all these sweet gifts. And then there was this random like deodorant stick, and we opened it and it was used and hairy.
Oh no!
You never know what you're gonna get.
Ew. Who thinks that's the best thing to send somebody?
I don't think they knew when they were sending it to us that it was hairy and like.
Yeah, I think it was like a little kid.
I think they had good intentions and they were just like,
Okay,
finding
maybe.
But it was so funny. We died of laughter.
Like that was probably like one of the funniest things we've ever been given. Like,
Yeah.
we just laugh about
Oh
it.
my goodness. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the My Career Path podcast. It was awesome to have Audrey and Jordan on the show, and I can't thank them enough. So make sure to go over to their channels, AllAroundAudrey and JustJordan33, as well as their other family channels and whatnot, to give them support, because they're just awesome people. Hopefully you're able to learn something about being a YouTube creator and kind of starting your own channel, and maybe it inspired you to start your own. If it did, make sure to leave a like and let me know what your favorite part of this episode was and what careers you guys are interested in the future. I'd love to get people on the show that you guys actually want to hear from and potential careers that you guys are interested in. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later.